Mm. What's up, y'all? Yeah. How you doing? You all right? Good. Okay, check this out. Here's what I got out of the Dianza project with Charleston White and Wack 100. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you, okay? Because I want to know if you got the same thing I got out of it, okay? What I got out of it was, in the beginning, they was having, casual conversation. Then as the shit started talking, right, what I got out of it was running plays, okay? Because of their stature in the social media atmosphere. These guys are well known, and they have an audience. And so as a result, whether it's good or bad, they have an audience. So when they say something, people gonna listen, they're gonna take it, they're gonna, chop and screw it any way they, that fit their agenda. And they know that. And so as a result, what they do is they set up shit, okay? A lot of shit is being set up. A lot of social media bullshit is just what it is, bullshit. It's not real. And for those of you who out there who taking all this shit seriously, I think you need to take another look at it and look past the bullshit and see that, this is just bullshit they running. So when you approach Charleston White and Wack 100, that should be one of the first things that come to your mind. Where's the bullshit at? Okay? Because there's some bullshit in here somewhere. Every time they open their mouth or say any goddamn thing, there's some bullshit somewhere. I'll give you for instance. Wack go on Clubhouse, right? Now here's his weakness. Somebody challenged him to the point where he can't respond, right? What do you think his first response is going to be? He's going to talk about your mother. He's going to downplay you. You a bitch ass nigga. Didn't you ask me for a favor? Well, what about your mother? That's how he respond when he can't, give you the right response. Okay? And so it's a play. You see, once you study this shit, right? Well, I'll give you another for instance, right? Say you're in a gang, right? And somebody else is in a gang. And you get with that gang, you say, you know what? Let's go viral. Right? We're going to send one of these knuckleheads out here to fight one of your knuckleheads, and they're going to fight physically. They're going to get out. Because they're going to be suckers to the point where they're going to be convinced, you got to do this for the gang, man. You got to do this. Them niggas over there talking this shit, nigga. Go over there and get that nigga, man. We got your back. Don't worry about nothing. And then the other gang tell other niggas, you hear what these niggas are saying about us, man? We got to represent to the fullest. Now the head honchos is going, yeah, this is a play we both running on these niggas to make it look like we beefing hard as a motherfucker and somebody gonna die. And so the audience is like, oh shit, somebody gonna die. But these two niggas from two different gangs, they dead ass. They want to fight. But they don't know they being set up for the play. That's how Charleston White and Wack is. They'll set you up for a play to run so that the what do you call them? The stooges or the people that's watching this shit, from the trolls, the people that only have one subscriber but they are everywhere talking shit, or to the people that gather up the information and try to make heads or tails of this shit, or to the subscribers that believe in this shit. It's all a game. It's all a fucking game out here, all right? Now, when I say that, right, not everything is a game. Because there's certain things that go on outside of Charleston White and Wack 100 that are some serious shit. But for the most part, when it comes to Wack and Charleston White, it's all a play as far as I'm concerned. There ain't nothing serious, okay? The snitch allegations on Wack, right? The bullshit allegations on Charleston White. He's a buster, he ain't gonna do shit. But when you hear them niggas talk, right, Charleston White said he ain't never lived in no motherfucking ghetto. right? Who that remind you of? But before I tell you who it remind you of, what do you think a ghetto motherfucker is gonna do if he want to be a down by law nigga? He gonna go extra hard on bullshit. He gonna go extra hard to prove himself. I'm a down by law ass motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I'll fuck it all off. Knowing in his heart, he ain't gonna fuck it off. But he gonna let you believe that because you're a civilian. You don't know nothing about this game. You just got here. Or you been here and you still ain't learned shit. Don't that sound like Loose Cannon? He came from a well-to-do family, right? Now, that ain't saying that there ain't no killers that come from well-to-do families. That's just to say the type of niggas that these people are. That's what they both got in common. They go to the extreme to prove themselves. You know what I'm saying? I got to kill this motherfucker in front of my homies to prove myself, and they'll respect me. But if I don't do nothing, I'll be disrespected. Okay? As opposed to Wack. Wack come from the culture, but Wack know the game now. You see what I'm saying? So that nigga say any goddamn thing now to protect his image and to for the clout. Everybody gotta understand that when you're on this YouTube shit and you're a content creator, you want the views like everybody else. Everybody's doing this shit for the views, family. Don't get it fucked up. Everybody, even me and you, whoever's listening, everybody wants the views. Everybody want to be academic. Everybody want to be Poetic Flacco. Everybody want to be No Jumper. Everybody want to be the Breakfast Club. Everybody want to be the hot dog out here and getting the money, getting the clout. Everybody want to be Hassan Campbell. Everybody want to be that. And I ain't talking about the individual. I'm talking about the numbers. Everybody's out here seeking that. It's just like in the rap game. Why you think all these people want to be rappers and shit? Because the lifestyle. This shit can change your life. But you gotta know how to decipher this shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to say to yourself, this is bullshit. And that's when your content, you gotta figure out what type of content you wanna give. You know what I'm saying? And then you better hope them people understand what you're saying. They reciprocate by watching you and following you and acknowledging what you're doing and supporting what you're doing. And it's like you got your own gang. You know what I mean? And that's why it's easy to get views and shit off of bullshit. Because you're giving your own perspective. Them niggas, man, if that was me, motherfucker, it would be like this. And this motherfucker, and whoever could talk the most good shit, some of them get the good views because a lot of channels out there, people don't even recognize. You know what I'm saying? They don't see them. You know what I mean? That's why you got to find a way to get into the algorithms. There's a way to get in there, okay? And the way you get in there is consistency. Being consistent. You gotta hit. You gotta do like Poetic Flacco. That nigga make a video every 10 minutes. Okay? That nigga make a video every 15, 20 minutes. I think what he does is, and this is what No Jumper does, and I think most of the big podcasters, what they do is, just like when Wack 100 and Charleston White was on the Deanza project, right? Okay? Charleston White got up and left. Wack 100 stayed. Soon as that video ended, another show started. If you notice, Wack is one-on-one with the Deanza guys now, okay? So they make certain videos, they probably make them all at one time, right? Because remember when what's the guy in New York name? God damn it. The big boy in New York. What's his name, family? The rapper, I'm a smack rapper, the barbershop guy. Anyway, he was saying that he wasn't using the barbershop consistently because they would go in there and film for like 8 hours in one day, and they have enough for the whole week. And that's what the concept is. Look at say Cheese, right? They'll show you certain part of the interview. They won't show you the whole interview. They'll take out the good part or the certain parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, but they won't tell you it's part 1, part 2, part 3. They'll just throw it out there and then throw something else out there and then come back and throw something else that was pertaining to that. You see what I'm saying? And then that's how they get the likes and the views. Because if you give it all to you one time, they don't have nothing left. They don't have nothing in the chamber. So they give you 5, 10, 15 minutes of this, but the show's an hour long, and then they'll come back and give you another 15 minutes, you see what I'm saying, and see how many views they get off of this, how many views they get off of that, you see what I mean? And if it don't work, then if it ain't working and the views ain't up the way they want it, some people might say, well, nah, this ain't working the way we want it, we're going to shut it down. Or then some people will be happy with whatever they can get, period, because they know they looking at the numbers. If we get 100,000 views off of this one, and say the next one we get 50,000, and then the next one we get 100,000, that's 250,000 views, and then you take that and you add that to the revenue, that's more money that go their way off of 8 hours worth of work. You see what I'm saying? That's how they do shit. Or what they'll do is they'll break it up in segments and say, okay, you're going to get an hour and a half, you're going to get an hour and a half, you're going to get an hour and a half, you're going to get an hour and a half. And so that, and 8 hours isn't the special number, but I'm just saying how the time moves, right? And then what happens is they're not going to give you all these shows at one time, okay? They're going to give you bit by bit by bit. And then again, the revenue's coming in. The revenue's coming in. Say you get 30,000 views per episode. That's revenue. Say if you get like 250,000 views per episode, that's a lot of money, you know, on YouTube standards, you know what I mean? And especially if you got more outlets, okay? But, I'm just saying what I see, what I saw, and how I feel about certain things. I could be right or wrong to you, but this is my perspective, you see what I'm saying? And maybe you can use it, maybe you can't. That's cool. But the YouTube streets is how you take it. And my advice to you, and I call you civilians because you ain't got no channel. You guys just connected to YouTube as a means of watching shit, see what it's about and shit like that. Okay? My take to you is don't take all this shit serious, man. It ain't serious. For real. Just like 4Extra. I like them, right? And I like the way you get down. But most of that shit ain't real, what he talking about. You know, off the bat. He's a big old dude. He a banger, and I know he'll get down for his crown. But you got to see the Hollywood in that shit too. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say this before I go. I was watching the first 48 hours, right? And this dude had killed his brother, his sister-in-law, they 2 kids. He stabbed the other kid in the head with a knife and killed somebody else in the family. I don't know if y'all seen that episode, right? But when the lieutenant went in there, right, and said they had went to the hospital and talked to the living survivor, right? And the living survivor said, Junior did it, right? And the lieutenant came in there and said, who said that? He let him listen to the tape and let his nephew tell him who did it to him, right? Junior did it, right? They had this motherfucker dead bang, right? Do you know that the judge would not allow that information to be used in court, which was the most damaging thing? The reason why they didn't allow him to use it in court? Because he said it was Hollywood. It was a TV show. And we don't allow shit like that in court. It was a TV show. Now, I didn't understand that, you know, why he was saying it like that, you know, but maybe it had something to do with the law. I don't know. But I say that to say, you guys got to look at this and figure out, is this a skit? Is this a play? Is it real? Because a lot of you motherfuckers out here don't know the difference.